My take going into the draft, Bo Nix was Mac Jones. Mac Jones in year one with the New England Patriots made a somewhat fraudulent Pro Bowl as an alternate. Bo Nix check. The team won 10 games kind of surprisingly, made the playoffs. Bo Nix check. The team played the Buffalo Bills in round one, lost by 4 touchdowns. Bo Nix check. And Mac Jones that offseason trademarked Mac 10 and all this silly stuff. Go follow Bo Nix on YouTube. Here is my problem with the Broncos hype and discussion. Last year, they won 10 games. How did you do against playoff teams in your conference? Well, you played Pittsburgh week 2 and lost. You played the Chargers week 6 and lost. You played the Ravens week 9 and lost. You played the Chiefs week 10 and lost. You played the Chargers week 16 and lost. You played the Bengals, who weren't in the playoffs, but that was a playoff level game, week 17 and lost. You then played the Bills in the actual playoffs and lost 31-7. Why am I supposed to believe that team all of a sudden is going to be great?
Comparing Bo Nix to Mac Jones, that's definitely a unique take because I have never heard anyone say that before. Apparently, stat nerds love making weird player comparisons. This is Sports Guy talking that you guys are watching and listening to. I am Dustin Tran, your host, as I am here today to talk about Nick Wright criticizing Bo Nix for holding the Broncos back. Even though the Broncos are 8-2 this season, Nick Wright is still skeptical about the true value of Bo Nix as an NFL starting quarterback. If you ask Nick Wright, Bo Nix is just not that good of a quarterback and should not be viewed as a top-tier quarterback. Before I say anything else, though, I want to present you guys with a topic question. So, here it is. Should Nick Wright's constant hatred of Bo Nix be justified? Heck no. Nick Wright has been Nick wrong regarding Bo Nix. This man has doubted Bo Nix since day one, and Bo Nix has done nothing but win football games. Look, I'm not going to argue that Bo Nix is a top 5 quarterback in the NFL because he certainly isn't, but if you want to talk about Bo Nix as one of the better starting quarterbacks in the National Football League, then heck yeah, I am all for it. When you watch Bo Nix play, he does everything just about relatively well. I wouldn't say that he's elite in any category, but he plays with a lot of heart and he plays with a lot of drive, which is something that teammates can respect. Now, would I like to see Bo Nix clean up his footwork a little bit? Absolutely. Would I like to see Bo Nix cut down his turnovers? Absolutely. But I'm not going to act like Bo Nix has been an absolute scrub getting carried on his back week in and week out. He's been a solid game manager, and for the Denver Broncos, that's all they need at the quarterback position right now, because the Denver Broncos right now have a championship caliber defense. Their running game is pretty good as well. I know J.K. Dobbins is banged up, but when he was healthy, he was top 5 in rushing yards, so they can certainly get the running game going. They got the play calling with Sean Payton. I know a lot of Broncos fans have been critical of Sean Payton's play calling, but I've been good with it for the most part. I would just kind of wish if Sean Payton stopped being so cute at various times, but for the most part, Sean Payton knows what he's doing. Obviously, Sean Payton has created a culture where success is to be expected, not to be celebrated, and the Denver Broncos are 8-2 because of that. You are what your record says you are, and the Denver Broncos show that they are indeed a good football team. Do I think they're going to end up being the best AFC team by the end of the season? No. But do I think the Denver Broncos can win this division? Absolutely. I believe the Denver Broncos right now has what it takes to be one of the top teams in the AFC. The only teams that I think are going to be better than the Broncos are going to be the Colts and Patriots. Outside of those two teams, it seems like the Denver Broncos, they're going to be one of the top teams in the AFC, and Bo Nix is a big reason for that. Like I said, Bo Nix doesn't put up great stats, but I don't need quarterbacks to put up great stats. I need them to put out great tape and great leadership skills, and that's what Bo Nix has done. Bo Nix has led his team on game-winning drives during various points of the season, and I have to give Bo Nix a lot of credit for that. I also want to show you guys this clip of Nick Wright talking about how Bo Nix makes the Broncos worse. I absolutely disagree with this take from Nick Wright. Of course, Nick Wright had to act like a stat nerd instead of actually watching the tape and then making his analysis from it. Remember, not all stats are created equal. Roll the film.
I think it's been fair. His numbers are what his numbers are. He right now is unequivocally the weak link on that team. And now, reasonable people can disagree about whether or not these are the struggles of a young quarterback who will get much better, or if he is a guy that was is going to struggle like this moving forward. That's up for debate. What's not up for debate is right now the biggest problem with Denver, despite their record, is their passing game. And we're not going to blame Sean Payton. He's at the helm of it. So yeah, I think the criticism is fair.
Wrong. Nick Wright is Nick Wrong, just as he usually does on his show called First Things First. Nick Wright is usually known for providing terrible takes, and this is certainly one of them. Bo Nix is certainly one of the better quarterbacks in the National Football League, and you guys know that I have always defended Bo Nix since day one. I'm not saying Bo Nix is ever going to be this top 5 to 10 quarterback, but in terms of whether or not Bo Nix is good enough to win a championship one day, I could see it. I'm not saying that Bo Nix can carry a team to a championship. I'm saying that Bo Nix could be a solid game manager on a championship caliber team. Think of him as the modern day version of prime Andy Dalton. You guys remember Andy Dalton, where he provided a solid number of years as the Bengals starter? Yeah, exactly. I think Bo Nix can be that guy, and he's going to have better coaching than Andy Dalton ever did. So yeah, I think that Bo Nix certainly has potential to lead the Broncos into becoming one of the better teams in the AFC. They've already done that the last 2 years. And I know some people say that Bo Nix has had an easy schedule throughout his 2 years in the NFL, but look, this is the NFL, not college football. Every team in the NFL is certainly qualified to beat anyone on any given Sunday, and in the NFL, you don't get to choose who you play. You just have to deal with the games that are in front of you, and Bo Nix has proven to be better than the opponent for the most part during these Sundays, and Bo Nix has certainly looked like a quarterback that you can say, you know what, if the game's close in the fourth quarter, I trust Bo Nix to get the job done, and that's exactly what Bo Nix has done more often than not. I would prefer if Bo Nix got more accurate in the pocket. I would prefer if Bo Nix cut down his turnovers to an extent, but at the same time, I look at how some of these top quarterbacks, they turn over the football a lot, and people on the shows don't really say much of anything. So turnovers, they sometimes come with a little bit of reward in it, and Bo Nix certainly loves hunting for the big play. I'm not saying Bo Nix is an elite quarterback, but if you want to talk about how Bo Nix is one of the better quarterbacks, certainly in Broncos recent memory, then yeah, I'm all for it. Remember, the Broncos didn't even make the NFL playoffs since Peyton Manning retired. And what did Bo Nix do in his first year as a starter? He took the Denver Broncos to the playoffs. And what is Bo Nix doing in his second year? The Denver Broncos are on pace to win the AFC West division. And even if they don't win the division, they're going to be in the playoffs. I expect the Denver Broncos to find a way to get to at least 12 wins. They're going to be one of the better teams in the AFC. They're going to be a tough out in the playoffs. And you guys can talk about how the Broncos, all they do is win one-score games. But at the end of the day, you just play the opponent that's in front of you, and you just need to be better than the opponent that day. You don't need to win in style. This is not a beauty pageant. This is a football field that we are talking about, and Bo Nix has found ways to make plays happen. If you want to ask whether or not Bo Nix is capable of making big-time plays in big-time games, well, then I guess we're just going to have to see what's going to happen. I'm not fully confident it's going to happen, but do I think Bo Nix is a scrub? Absolutely not. And I don't like the way how these people talk about Bo Nix as if he is a trash quarterback. He's not a trash quarterback. If you want to call him an average quarterback, I would be okay with that. I certainly think Bo Nix is in the above average tier of quarterbacking, but at the end of the day, you just need to win your game in front of your face, and that's what Bo Nix has done. 18-9 as a starting quarterback, and I expect Bo Nix to continue winning in the short term and potentially in the long term. He's going to be one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL, that's for sure. So that is why Nick Wright's constant hatred of Bo Nix should not be justified, as Bo Nix has at least shown signs of being a competent NFL starting quarterback in his young NFL career. Remember, go ahead and subscribe to Sports Guy Talking, like the video, and please comment down below. If you guys do that, I may shout you guys out in my Instagram story every Monday. That will be for the @DustinNasTran Instagram account. Make sure to follow me on Instagram @DustinNasTran, and that's Sports Guy Talking. Also, go follow me on Twitter @DustinNasTran. Again, go ahead and do those things that I just told you guys to go do. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the content that was just produced. Peace out. I hope you enjoyed that video. Want more Sports Guy Talking, the home of great sports content? Make sure you click that subscribe button to get the latest from Sports Guy Talking. Go ahead and like the video, comment down below, check the description box on the video in order to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from the YouTube channel Sports Guy Talking.